Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the test account, and as you can see, the new trial hero is up. So we're going to run through and see exactly what this hero can do. Now, overall, it seems like being continuous damage, that he's going to have a place probably in the Cursed Realm, probably in the Treasure Scramble, depending on where he is. But I want to see what he can do by himself and talk about a very cool build. I love the design of the hero, the color concept behind it, even though it is a Draconic hero. Very, very cool to see the hero itself. So let's hop over, see exactly what this hero is all about and how the hero does in these arena of trials. Want to run through, and again, I want to see where the damage kind of comes in, because ultimately, if he's not putting out enough damage, if he's not doing it fast enough, not going to find a place within a lot of different places. And I don't know when we're going to put buffers behind him, what exactly this is going to look like. So like we've done before, we'll run through the guild trial, see exactly what he kind of does solo. We'll take this up to 360, which I believe is what we come in here with him as. So we'll kind of be even keel here. Let's go ahead and wipe all these out. And you know what? I'm going to put him in the same spot. I want to make sure that he is in the same spot. Now, of course, not an awakened hero, doesn't have an SP effect. I'm not going to go through and mess with the artifacts and all of that. I just want to see what he's going to do with these combinations. Now, I also think continuous, I don't know exactly how much the shielding aspect that he possesses is really going to do. But you can see right there, he did essentially get teleported down there because of Kelthar. And I just want to really gauge the damage. So right here, 36.78. So doing some pretty good damage in that one. And this, again, will kind of give us a run, kind of give us a gauge of where he is. Now, one thing to note is he doesn't move. That is something to really note. So 36, there's 38. Okay, so after a couple, might be ranging about the 35. And then, of course, we'll crank up the level. But look at the tornadoes, guys. That is going to be the big thing. I'm thinking when there's multiple targets, there is even 41. And you've seen the Dragon Speak damage did come out really fast in that one, which is pretty cool because he actually just attacks from range to a point. All of those, and you've seen two of his little tornadoes right there, 42, did merge together to make a bigger one. Now remember, the bigger, I think it's Cyclonic, makes a big difference when they merge together because it does amplify the damage. All right, so there we go. So 47. So we're ranging about 37 to 47. I think the first one was 36. So let's crank up the levels. Let's go up to a 460. This, of course, puts him at a 100 level deficiency. And I know a lot of players always want to see how we're just running him himself, if he can survive, if he can live. See, right there was my worry. And look at the damage still going out. This takes it to 96. Let's look at a couple of other ones in here. Again, I feel like tornado right there. So he ran right through them pretty quick. Now, Brutus did have an immunity. This gives him at 113. Brutus having that immunity probably makes a really big difference because Brutus can actually burn him down. Also thinking of the dodge mitigation factor. Yeah, look at those tornadoes. The critical hit with the Dragon Speak damage, 124 in that one. And then, of course, we'll go ahead. We'll put some buffers behind him, see exactly how he's going to work. He does have a little bit of a heal. You can see he took some damage there, healed right up. Even looking here, guys, 125 million, healed for almost 4 million. So it did heal him back up to full in that instance. And then, of course, granite, boom. Yeah, those little tornadoes come out, guys, and the damage goes to 140. Now this one, let's swap where he's not in Brutus, because I'm wondering the immunity, if that did make a really big difference, which it did not at all. Again, just got kind of run down in there. And let's see what's going on with him in this one. Let's turn off the speed. So it is the roar. So Brutus roars right there. That, again, negates him with Brutus's roar. So we know kind of what's happening in there. And like I said earlier, when he comes out, he does attack from range. You can see right there, starts attacking from range. But of course, he's teleported instantly right to the back because they are running Kelthar in there. All right, so let's hop out of this. So thinking about where he is at 460, let's go ahead and take this up to 510. Now we're going to introduce another hero. Again, thinking tanking-wise, does have a little bit of immunity. Still a ranger, so still going to have that dodge aspect in here. So I want to put like a buffer in here, and thinking even support heroes. Because of a Draconic hero, let's drop land in here. Let's see if this does make a big difference. Now, of course, Lan is going to get the teleport. Lan is just going to sit back here and cast. But I want to see, still goes down in that instance. So definitely still goes down pretty easy. Let's see what Lan does. And we know the rest of these were just a win. But I want to see if Lan can do some damage in here. Because, of course, going to bring some buffs out with this one. Yeah, those little tornadoes. It's almost like just heat-seeking tornadoes in there, heat-seeking cyclones. 172, so Lan does buff it up quite a bit. And then, of course, the other one that a lot of people are saying is Melion. So if we have Melion, and essentially Melion, remember, not only being a buffer, is Melion is going to bring all of these enemies together with the ability to put all of them together. That is going to make a big difference with where these are hitting when it comes to his little cyclones, where they're hitting within here itself. So again, Melion kind of gets wrecked in that one. Let's check out some of these other formations where he could do incredibly well. And again, thinking of the highborn heroes, putting a few in here, I could even see possibly Skylin. And you've seen the ultimate ability that just happened right there, burn through all of the enemies. 188 million. So, okay, damage doing okay. Let's throw in another one. Let's throw in Sophia in the back. See what this one kind of looks like. And again, thinking this is adding that SP effect. Very fast coming with those ults. And of course, Sophia's ult. Very cool looking, but boom. It does take a little bit, but look at those. Getting bigger as they are combining. 59, 147 million. So I am definitely liking it. Let's see. Let's throw let's do Nox in here. We'll drop Nox in here. And again, just kind of playing around with the formation, seeing what we have to do. Because Nox, of course, going to offer some buffs. Got some energy building up in here. And there are the tornadoes. Again, they get bigger when they converge. Really took out all of the targets together. That was actually pretty cool to see. 222 million. He kind of took all the targets out together, which again was pretty neat. Now, what do we need here? Let's see. So we got our support heroes up. Again, thinking like we could do a Nyla, we could do a Shuna. Let's throw a Lava Tune. Let's just throw a Lava Tune. Let's see if this is going to make a big difference. And again, thinking of the Rocker, we do get teleported over here. Now, Rocker's taking some of the damage. Burns through pretty quick, but I'm wondering what the immunity, and look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are just coming out like crazy. Look at the amount. So there is Brutus. That immunity is still up. But look at all of the tornadoes in there, guys. That is crazy. 169 million damage. All right, so thinking, let's go up to 560. That, of course, is going to put us at a 200 level deficiency. Let's see if this makes a difference. This, of course, going to break it out a little bit further. I feel like Lava Tune's probably going to die. See, kind of gets run over. That, again, survivability-wise, I don't know the viability with his survival when you start getting into level deficiencies. I feel like it might be a case where we're seeing, Iran, we're seeing Lan, we're seeing a lot of heroes that do need a lot of buffs or some really solid buffs to stay alive within here. Boom, 421 million damage. Okay, so doing pretty good. Let's see what Melion does in this one. And again, trying to testing because you can see that shield comes up very early. Right there was the damage to everyone. Cyclones come up, and even after he dies, those cyclones are still up. Pulls them together. Cyclones are running through everybody. Oh, that was very close. So it even did a lot of damage. 356. Did a lot of damage even after he died. Let's swap up the formation. And again, thinking of having a higher build on him, getting him with some collections in here. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Immunity might be, or the survivability might be a little bit of a drawback for him. But again, being a ranged hero, if we drop him in the back, which I'm assuming is primarily where he's going to be. So if we drop, a bigger tank in here, someone like Aethys, just thinking kind of the viability, because remember, he's going to attack from distance. He's going to come out. He's going to start throwing those glaives. And then, of course, we see the glaive. So even being in the middle, might be able to hit a lot more targets in here. but still a little bit squishy, but taking a pretty good chunk out of there. Let's throw him in the middle, and let's drop Melion in here. Gwen might actually kill him out pretty quick. I want to see what he throws him. See, he got a buff right there. At the dragon damage, guys. Look at the damage. Look at how many. So again, it doesn't seem like it's a ton of burst, but if you have only one target, I mean, there's 441 million damage. If you're sitting on like one target where all of those are going to converge to, that might make a pretty big difference. I'm thinking that is going to make a pretty big difference with the damage that they're putting out. And again, we're getting to the point where they're just kind of getting run over. So let's hop out of here. Thinking damage-wise, let's see where we can kind of amp up some of the damage. So let's throw in some of these damage dealers. Let's throw in like, I know like Shuna does incredibly well with just kind of that buffing aspect. We could put an Ivan in here. Thinking almost the front, you know what? Let's put Lucilla in here. Let's see if we can get some of these buffs right off of the gate and see. See, there he goes. Gets a buff. Again, survivability-wise, because he does not have a cheat death. Boom, a tornado's going around. Took out Kelthar back here. Again, the dragon speak damage all over the field in this one. 182, 185 from Lavatoon. Lavatoon absolutely just crushing it. But let's see kind of Draconic heroes. I'm thinking more of what are we going to see with some of these heavy Draconic heroes. So we know Cassius is a tank. Now again, Pulina, ooh, this is going to be a tough one. Let's put in Hildwyn. I'm thinking Hildwyn just for the simple fact of the ability, the survivability. Now I do not have Kregor unlocked in this one. But I'm wondering, because we get the 5 dragon bonus in this one, what it's going to look like. See, there goes the tornadoes, just kind of damage-wise. All right, so dragon speak damage, 103, 140, 129. So even Polina being built, putting out some pretty decent damage. But let's see in conjunction with what it looks like for a highborn Draconic hero. I'm kind of wondering, let's drop this one out. Let's drop Gwen in here. So we're running the double highborns and kind of seeing what this one looks like. Because we know Gwen does a lot of damage. But I'm almost wondering how long the targets are going to last. See, for Gwen to actually do the damage that we're looking for. 118, 189, and there we go, guys. So pretty decent. Again, pretty decent damage. I didn't know how burst it would be. Look at Hildwyn at 189, 118, 77. That is definitely some pretty interesting numbers in there. And again, looking at Lavatoon, looking at a couple other ones. Let's throw in... See, here we did pretty well. But thinking almost, what is it going to look like with like an Iran in here? Let's do Alna. The reason for it is I'm wondering kind of the damage that some of these heroes are putting up with the SP effect, and then what we're seeing with this hero specifically. I feel like Iran's just going to crush everyone. Ult's pretty fast. I mean, even ulted faster than the Awakened hero right there. Again, Dragon Speak damage, and look at all of the tornadoes, guys. That's really cool. 290, 140, that's what I was kind of thinking. Even, let's put them both kind of even with some buffers behind it. Is approximately where was his damage going to kind of come in? I don't know if either of these two will live, but let's throw again a couple of our buffers back here. Oh, we could do Villanelle. Let's do Palmer. We'll do Palmer, and again thinking, you know what? Let's put Rendell in there. Let's see what this looks like. And again, I don't know if we're going to be able to live through this. Yeah, we got it. Now, of course, Iran on the top has all of the targets there. So definitely got just crushed with all the targets. 217, 205. Let's switch their positions, see if we get kind of the same outcome. Because again, all of those targets were stacked right on the top. And then, of course, Randy's going to come up from the back. The Palmer goes down pretty easy. Boom. All of the Dragon Speak damage. 211, 208. So doing a little bit more damage. Again, positioning going to make a big difference in this one. I'm almost wondering, let's go in here with some maulers. You know what? Let's throw Entendre in here. Let's do Gorgie is or not Gorgie, Goran. Goran's gonna bring in some of our buffs in here. And I'm almost wondering again, I really hesitate putting them on the front line because I know they do die pretty easy. There we go. And look at that. The awakened version of Entendre picked up the meal of the day that was dropped from Goran and just ulted right off the bat. So literally the moment that she walked out, she ulted because of that meal of the day sitting right there built out. So there's 219, 157. That is pretty impressive with the damage that we're seeing here. And again, thinking almost as a primary damage dealer, it's going to be a pretty interesting build. Honestly, it is going to be a pretty interesting build in here. Even thinking, I mean, we have a couple buffers. We can throw in a few more in here and see just kind of what it looks like. Now we know Nox is in here as well. Yeah, so once he ults, not only the damage that he's putting out, but the Dragon Speak damage as well. Look at all of those. 5 kills in that one. 503 million damage. Yeah, let's put this up. And again, I think we pretty much, I think we'll pretty much finish all these. This, of course, using Hildeman doing a lot of damage in this one. I'm thinking go up. Let's go up another 50 levels and see exactly what we're doing. So it almost seems like frontline. I don't know the viability of dropping Sion in the front line. 189. And again, let's put this up a couple more levels. 610. So we're at what, 250? I think we're at 250. Let's see what this looks like. And again, Lava Tune the Rocker. We got Shuna. We got Ivan, which of course is shielding up Sion. I feel like that's going to amp up the energy, amp up the damage in there. Look at that. It is. They are just all over. And he ults pretty darn fast. All right, 730 million. Again, that's pretty fast. Honestly, it seems like with the continuous damage I can see, but that does seem like a lot of very, very fast burst damage that we're seeing in here. So there we go. Tornadoes are up. Running through the first target. Looks like the second target. Still here. And there's more tornadoes up now. Wow. Yes, 764 million. That's pretty impressive. Honestly, it's kind of interesting. And again, I don't know if this is going to make a difference. So he shields himself right off the bat. Looks like he's going to die in this one. Stays alive. Gets the damage up. And then Ebron with the crowd control. So he does go down in there. Still, look at the ults, guys. Even though he went down, I feel like he still did quite a bit of damage before he died. 188, 665. And then, of course, watch when Entendre comes out. There's the Mio. Boom. Eats it and ults right off the bat. I'm almost wondering with Sion if we could get him. You know what? Let me switch this position. I hope we lose this one. Or you know what? Let me try this again. And I'm wondering if he's going to eat it when he comes right out. Oh, see, he started with a little. I mean, he's already almost halfway full, but Entendre comes again right out of the gate. There's the ultimate ability. Second ult. So again, that Dragon Speak damage, as there are tornadoes everywhere in here. He's just chaining those cyclones. 884 million. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty decent amount of damage for a continuous damage dealer. And again, you could build them a lot stronger than what we have here, guys, which again, it could be a little bit crazy when it comes to these formations. And look at that, just chaining the cyclones in there. Wow. And even with Shamira, I mean, takes fatal damage. He's still alive, still got the blue bar, which isn't going away at all. Yeah, I mean, look at all of the cyclones that are around him. 1.4 billion damage. Again, it seems like that's going to be pretty interesting. Let me see if by chance he's being used in any of these formations. I'm just wondering, Dame 1, I'm just being up on the test server. Wheels, of course, going to build him out very, very fast. But I want to see if we're seeing this hero with a little bit of utility. We're seeing the hero used in any of these big endgame formations. If the burst is being there, there's Vika. Don't think. Nope. Oh, there he is. 10.73 billion. So we are already see him in there. Right there, Draconic hero with tier 3. Yeah, I mean, that's already seeing him day 1 in that formation, 10.73 with Gregor in there. Like I said, Curse Realm, it seemed like that is going to be a no-brainer for the hero. Let's see. So we know right there, very first one, 12.97 billion. Wow. Yeah, so already seeing him and best in comp slots in both the Cursed Realm and the Nightmare Corridor. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the new hero. And as always, thank you guys for watching.